And it's time for pre-market pulse scan with yours truly, Dex the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com. Hey, better late than never, right? Sorry, I had a appointment this morning. That's why we're starting a little bit late. So instead of a pre-market pulse scan, this is just a opening bell pulse scan. How about that? All right. So basically, I hope everyone had a good weekend. Hope you were able to stay safe and relax and to de-stress. Um, we're going to jump right in there since the markets are now open. It's been a wild night for the markets. They gapped down on the open only to rally, fill the gap, and then fall back down yet again. Right now, the Dow is down 25 points. I'm talking about the futures, down 25 points at 21,419. And we have, wait a second. I just realized I'm not sharing my screen. Let's share it. Okay. All right. Let's see here. All right. No, actually, I had a doctor's appointment. I had to take my daughter Chloe to the doctor. For those that do not know, Chloe is the family Dotson. We got her as sort of what's the term? She's not a rescue dog. She's one of those certified comfort dogs. You know what I mean? Like that you give to people who are like really sick or have some type of illness or elderly people, what have you. So yeah, we got her right after my son passed away. He passed away right after his third birthday. It was unexpected, and so we got Chloe because all we had was my daughter then because it was my daughter, my son, my oldest daughter. So we got Chloe um, to help her through the grieving process, and she also helped us all. So she's part of the family. She's like we call her our daughter. So yep, Chloe had a vet appointment. She's old. She's getting up there in age, and Dotson start to have back issues when they get a little bit older. Yeah, therapy dogs. That's it. Thank you. Yeah. So other than that, man, yeah, she was having some pain over the weekend and stuff. So we got her checked out. She's taking. They gave her like one of those cortisone type shots, and she got some pain meds. So she's doing a lot better now, though. Starting to wag her tail a little bit more and all that good stuff. So with that being said, yeah, we've been, man. It's the markets have been all over the place this morning. It doesn't know what it wants to do. You know that the Capitol Hill passed that $2 trillion stimulus, so that part is over with. Now the markets, I think, are looking for some type of equilibrium where they can rally from. I'm still long the GLD. I have not liquidated. I have not even moved my stop from Saturday. It's still where it is. And I'm still long the Swan. I have not moved that stop either. I do want to go shopping today. One of the reasons why I'm looking to go shopping is because of the current situation with these markets. I think we could be seeing maybe a few more days of rallying here. And then who knows? But we're still in a bear market. I don't care what the talking heads on TV said last week. Hey, we're out of the bear market territory. No, we are not. No, no, and no. No, we're not. No, no, no. Um, we are still bearish. The market has not turned yet. If it had turned, I would have told you that. Hey, you know what, you guys, the market has turned, and so now we gotta turn with it. But no, the market has not turned yet. Um, if it does, that's a great thing. That would be like perfect. That's like the best case scenario that you could hope for if you're bullish the market or you have a more of a long term perspective. That's one of the best things you can hope for. But as of right now, at this moment, that is not the case. According to the algo charts, according to the system, the Dow is still very much in a bear market. The E-mini S&P is very much in a bear market. The NASDAQ 100 is very much in a bear market. And the Russell is very much in a bear market. Crude oil is still very much in a bear market. And Gold futures is very much still in a bull market. Silver is still very much in a bear market. No matter what we think or how much we don't want it to be that way, that is the shape up of these markets. Bitcoin futures composite index is still also very much in a bear market. So we got to see what happens. All right, so the NASDAQ 100 is up now 114 points, and we're at 7682 and a half. Even the S&P 500 is at 2550 and a half, up 26 and a half points. Russell's at 1127, up 6.7 points. Bitcoin futures composite index is down $335 at $6,345. It was much lower. It hit an overnight low of 5,835. Nat gas off a penny at 165. Crude oil futures are down $1.35 after bouncing off of the $19.90 a barrel low in the overnight. The long bond is getting stronger as we speak. It is now up 2 full points in 16/30. Gold futures are down $6.40. They were a lot lower. Right now we're at $1,648.10. We were as low in the overnight as $1,635.70. Silver down 27 cents at $14.26. We did hit an overnight low of $13.94. So silver is still very much just getting punished right now. And it's not too much we can really do about that. Now, I'm going to look at the crystal ball here and see where I may want to go shopping at. And so far, probably going to take me a little bit more time than I want to. Yeah, I didn't have time to put tickets in this morning. So TLT though is in a TLT is a bull market 2-bar Charlie. We got a bullish 2-bar Charlie on TLT, so I'm expecting the market to be all day up. That means it is going to rally all day and not stop. That is what it's doing right now. It is rallying, and it is not going to stop all day. I expect the market to close green today as well. All right, taking a look at other markets. Let's see if I have any more 2-bar Charlies. And no. Oh, we got one in crude oil. Crude oil is a bearish 2-bar Charlie, so I expect the market to stay down all day and close in the red today. Likewise, XLE is also in a 2-bar Charlie setup. It is a bearish 2-bar Charlie. I expect the market to close lower today and close in the red. All right, so that's definitely a 2-bar Charlie. Let's see if we got another one. Sometimes these things abound, and then most of the time they don't. So far, it's looking like all we got. It's not like we need any more, but all right. Let's see. Let me check out my currencies. The dollar is up 80 pips right now, so it's getting stronger. It's at 99.17. All right, the euro yen is getting punished. It's down 127 pips at 119.03. We did hit 118.91. Let's see, the pound, euro is down 97 pips at 110.60. Pound sterling's down 82 pips at 124.18. And the Aussie is off 32 pips at 61.61. Going into food, beans are up 3 at 8.84 and a half. Corn down 2 and a half at 3.43 half. All right, so that is that. Now I'm looking at a few other things. I gotta get my shopping list together since I'm getting a late start. But it be like that sometimes. You gotta do what you gotta do. Some of these have not even hit price inflection points one way or the other. Let me look at the QQQ. All right, technically speaking, the QQQ is in play. On the top side, it is in play. I doubt we get unless we get a powerful rally, this may just be an inside day. on the QQQ. Support seems to be holding so far, though. So that's usually a good sign when support is holding. So from where I'm sitting, everything kind of looks kind of kosher. Looking at your inverse ETFs, looking at the quid. Let's see, quid is down 70 cents right now. And it is pulse waving negative. So take that for what that is. And yeah, I'm going to have to really get my list together here to see what I want to do. If I take a look at what I have from Friday, remember I canceled all those shorts or the inverse ETFs. All of those were canceled on Friday. And I just haven't made a decision what I'm going to do. So we'll figure it out. All right, my man Frank is reminding me of you can get a free membership at PulseWaveTrading.com, and you will also get the free price trigger of the week. We do throw in some goodies on the free accounts if you go to PulseWaveTrading.com. And the free trade this week is going to be the Aussie dollar. So I will make a note of that. You said the Aussie is what we're going to do this week. So I will make a note to provide that. I will update the report after the live, and I will put the information in there. So just bear with me a second. Like I said, I'm getting a late start. All right. Okay. Gotcha. All right. After the show, I will update the free trade of a week. I think I still got the Litecoin in there. All right. Let's see what else. Oh, we didn't go into the overnight news, which is important. All right. The pain looks far from over. Stocks whipsaw as oil plunges to a 17-year low on coronavirus fears. Sheer economic shock is about to overwhelm markets ahead, and we will require even greater policy response. Now, see, first of all, they're saying two different things. You can't have it both ways. All right. According to supply-demand issues, according just to this strictly supply-demand, there's like no demand out there, and there's supposed to be an oil glut. And when you have oversupply and limited demand, prices fall. Has nothing to do with the coronavirus. This is all oil economics and politics. So BS on that one. There is potential this could go even lower. Oil prices fall to 17-year low as demand drops threaten to overwhelm storage facilities. The demand drops, you guys, are because of oversupply, not because of coronavirus. West Texas Intermediate WTI dropped below $20 a barrel in Asia trading, while Brent crude slumped to about $23. Major airlines urge U.S. Treasury to disperse assistance quickly. American, Delta, United, Southwest, and others signed a letter stating it was essential they receive the help soon, Reuters reported. You know, I don't agree with this. I'm sorry. I don't agree with that. Not at all. This whole too big to fail thing, it just breeds mismanagement. I'm serious, you guys. The airlines, they need to get it together. Ever since the whole deregulation thing, they've been playing Russian roulette. I told you, some of them, they don't lock in their rates on the oil, and they let those rates float, you know, because they think, oh, the oil's going to keep dropping or what have you, or it's going to keep rising. Let me lock my rates in now. And when they do that, they doom themselves. I don't know who they have working in their energy department. I don't know who's doing the buying and the selling for them on the international markets, but they need to be fired and replaced. And it looks like they must be using a company, because all the airlines are in the same boat. Seriously, they're in the same boat, and it doesn't make any sense. Airlines have been struggling like forever, and their capacity loads have been a lot less, and it has nothing to do with the coronavirus. It has everything to do with the economy. People don't spend this much on flying away on vacations and stuff when the purse strings are tight. And that goes for business travel as well. Companies they won't send as many people out into the field. Not far away, not like that. unless it's absolutely necessary because they want to cut down on their expenses too. All right. So the airlines have been struggling for a minute now. All right. And that has nothing to do with the coronavirus. It has all to do with management, how these companies are being managed. Okay. And, you know, you got to give it up. You got to say they've been greedy for a long time. Like I said, they had their heyday. It ended in 1989. All right. They used to charge whatever they wanted and everything was so expensive and whatever. Then the rates start plummeting, and so did the ridership too. Because again, you know, people don't travel as much when they're out of work. Airlines really do really well when you have a strong economy and when the consumer spending is higher, especially like when you see the consumer discretionary ETF. When you see that thing, just rampaging in the bull market, that's when good times are high and mighty, and that's when the airlines are doing really well. So don't buy the coronavirus story as the blame for the economy, or even the global economy. The economies have been struggling and being depressed for a long time. I told you guys that. I've been telling you that for years. I said just because the Dow is hitting new all-time highs, it doesn't mean the economy is. All right. I said, and I told you this back in 2011, and I told you again in 2013 on the late great Charlie McGrath's Wide Awake show. I said, the higher the Dow goes, the worse the economy is going to get. And people had a hard time wrapping their head around that, but I think they can see what I was saying now in hindsight, right? All right. China unexpectedly cuts reverse repo rate by most in 5 years to support virus hit economy. The move marked the third cut in the 7-day rate since November. Once again, all the virus is doing is exposing the true condition of the global economy. That's all it's doing. So, yeah, in some sense, you can say that not only is it exposing our economy, but it's also making it worse. All right. If I've been stabbed in the gut, but I want to try to cover it up without seeking help, and I put on 3, 4, 5 shirts, eventually I'm going to bleed through all layers of those shirts, and eventually it's going, to come out. You'll be able to see that I'm bleeding, right? But what could make it worse? What will make it worse is if all of a sudden I was all of my shirts flew off my body because of a strong wind. So now everything about me is exposed. Now everyone can see my gaping wound. Well, that's what the coronavirus. The coronavirus was the gale force wind that blew all of my shirts off, so that you could see my gaping wound. If it wasn't for the wind, eventually you would have known that something was wrong with me, because if I didn't get medical attention, right away, I would bleed out. So even though I'm staggering along, no one's really paying attention to me. No one's really noticing me because I got on these multiple layer shirts to cover up the wound. But as I continue to bleed out, the blood will soak through all layers of clothing eventually. But what speeds this process up is the gale force wind that blew every layer of shirt off of me, so you could see me staggering about. And that's all this is. But they're trying to say, no, no, it's the gale force wind is what injured the man. No, the man was injured before the wind came. The wind just exposed how injured he really was. Everybody following me? So that's what happened here. That's what's going on. Johnson & Johnson says testing of coronavirus vaccine will begin by September. The pharmaceuticals titan said it could be available for emergency use authorization in early 2021. All right, we need to talk about. We're gonna come back to this one. We're gonna come back to that one. We need to deal with that. All right. Amazon warehouse workers in New York will strike after an employee tested positive for coronavirus. Since the building won't close by itself, we're going to have to force Amazon's hand. First of all, I thought there were no test kits available. I thought those things were rarer than finding a flying unicorn. How did Amazon have it? How were they able to test someone that quick? Key Asian earnings are out. Let's see. Sangteo Brewery and Ningbo Port are reported results. Pending home sales will be closely watched as well. Okay, back to the Johnson & Johnson pharmaceutical thing. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have been catching all the coronavirus news and what have you, but we need to talk. Now, they expect us to pretend like we didn't hear what they said to us last week. I heard them say on 2 occasions last week that everybody has the coronavirus. The coronavirus, not a coronavirus, the coronavirus. They said everyone has it. Everyone. That's what they said. And they were expecting everyone on the planet to be triggered in it. Then they backpedaled and said everyone is going to get it. So first you said everyone has it, then you backpedal and say everyone is going to get it. Which is it? Does everyone have it already, or is the plan to give it to everybody? So that made me think, okay, let's just take the part where they say everyone has it. To me, that's even worse than saying everyone's going to get it. Because saying everyone has it is extremely alarming, because now the first question is going to be, well, how did everyone get it? Not to mention, you claim that Wuhan, China, is ground zero. And if it came out of Wuhan, China, how is it that everyone has it? So you mean all of the elderly people at the nursing home, some of which never has any visitors, never even go outside to see sunlight, all right? You're telling me they have it? Really? Really? So you're telling me, because you said everyone has it, that means those there's those tribes that we know about that was on Discovery Channel and some other channels that no one has even interacted with because they're too hostile, and no one travels there, no one goes there, they don't see Americans, no nothing. You saying they have it too, because you just said everyone has it. Everyone on the planet has it. How did they get it? If they have it, how did they get it? Then you backpedal and say everyone will get it. Okay, then if that's the case, then how is everyone going to get it? Some people do not even have human to human contact like that. What about the people who live up in the mountains and refuse to come off the mountain? What about dude that live out in the sticks in the boonies? He ain't trying to deal with nobody. The hermits. What about the bushmen? What about them that live in the rainforest? What about them? They don't have no dealings with outside people either. What about them? You said everyone's going to get it. You said everyone. You didn't say most. You said everyone. And you just wasn't talking about people in New York and Chicago. You said everyone's going to have it, and then you say everyone does have it. Now that did make me think, just like Jen just put in the comments here. The only thing that reminds me of is The Walking Dead, because remember in The Walking Dead, in the first couple of seasons, they said everyone has it. Everyone already has it. They said, what do you mean? When you die, you're going to turn. Everyone has it. Okay, so let's deal with everyone has it and everyone is going to get it. Let's deal with those two things first. Let's take these things out draw these things out to their logical conclusions. All right. It's true. We live in a trifling world. The world is trifling. People are trifling. I can't tell you how many times I've been out of the house, running errands, going to and fro, and I see people come out of the restroom without washing their hands. One time I saw a dude with his chef hat and uniform come out the bathroom, didn't wash his hands, and went directly back into the kitchen. Thank God I wasn't eating there. I just ran there to use the restroom. All right. Every time I go to the grocery store, anywhere, people are coughing and sneezing, and they do not even attempt to cover their mouths. It's like people don't even know about how to be sanitary. They don't know that you're supposed to sneeze or cough into your elbow, into your forearm. You cover your forearm with your elbow, and you cover your mouth and nose completely. That's how you protect from spraying other people. Sneezes and coughs can travel up to 15 to 20 feet. All right. So let's deal with that. People are trifling. All right. So that can make disease spread. I'll give you that. I'll give you all of that. But then we got to go back to the China Wuhan thing. Now, supposedly, we know that China is like the #1 destination of travel in the world, according to the mainstream media and people who cover such things. Okay, I'll give you that. China's the #1 destination. Has people go in and out of there. Okay, fine. I'll give you all of that. But what you're saying then is that everyone who goes there, you mean everyone all over the planet goes there, and then they take back whatever disease they got and disseminate it to where their country of origin is. That still doesn't make sense because, first of all, if everyone were practicing cleanliness instead of triflingness, it would not cause the thing to spread like that. Now, before you guys jump on me and say, "Oh, you're not a virologist or epidemiologist. You don't understand how disease spreads and how fast everyone on the planet can become infected. You sound like a moron. You don't know what you're talking about." Okay. Well, if that is so true, then explain to me how come everybody on the planet doesn't get the flu every year? How come during flu season, everyone on the planet doesn't get the flu? Explain that to me. I'll give you a few minutes to explain. I thought so. You can't. All right. There are numerous individuals who do not get flu shots and still never get the flu. All right. I knew someone personally like that who had never been sick a day in their life, and they were elderly. And guess what? The one time that they actually got sick, they actually passed away. All right. And it wasn't from the flu, they had cancer. So I go back to again, if this COVID is more virulent than the common flu, meaning that it's more powerful, it's more potent, it's more contagious. You're saying it's even more contagious than the mumps and the chicken pox and the measles. If that's the case, then how come everyone on the planet doesn't get the chicken pox, the mumps, and the measles if it's all spread the same way? And the flu, which is airborne. Explain that to me. You can't. You can't. You cannot. So guess what? I call BS on the everyone is going to get it. Everyone does not get it. You just said mainstream media has been bringing on all types of virologists and epidemiologists and other types of doctors to say this thing is off the chain. It is so contagious. You could be carrying it with you for a month before you even experience symptoms. Really? You're saying this is more virulent than the flu, the chickenpox, measles, and mumps. But yet, if that's the case, how come everybody doesn't have those other things? Now, I've even heard people say it's not, that measles, chickenpox, and mumps are more contagious than the COVID-19. And that's what they were saying at first. They said that it was not as virulent. So if that's the case, once again, how come everybody doesn't get the measles, mumps, and chickenpox? There are some people who have never had any one of those. Unfortunately, I had chickenpox as a kid. Wish I didn't. I never had mumps though, but I had an uncle who had mumps. I never got the mumps. And I was around him when he had the mumps. I didn't get the mumps. So, with that being said, I call BS on the everyone is going to get it. Now, let's go back to everyone already has it. I heard more than one talking head in the mainstream media say that everyone has it. Okay, let's deal with that. How in the world did everyone get it? Because once again, we're going back to there are people that live up in the woods, up in the hills, up in the sticks, all right, up in the swamp, up in the Appalachians, up you talking about your Eskimos living way up north outside of Canada, all right, by the North Pole. You got your people living up in the triple canopy jungles of the world, whether they be rainforests or otherwise. You got dudes living in the triple canopy. We have not gone through all the jungles. There's still much jungle in Africa we have not even been into. No human being has been there. There's even places up in Alaska that no one has even been in. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Untouched by human beings. So you try and tell me the people that are there that we don't know about, they got it, they already have it too? BS. Unless let's bring these things out to the logical conclusions. Okay, let's assume everyone has it. Let's just go ahead and assume everyone they have it, and within 30 days, it's going to activate in your body, and boom. Let's go ahead and go there. Well, we don't have a lot of things in common, so how did we all get it? First of all, not everybody eats the same foods, right? As a matter of fact, not all foods that are available in all countries or all states. Just like not all television programming is the same in all states and all countries. All right. On the East Coast, Martin, one of the funniest comedies on TV ever aired. Let's say Martin and The Simpsons come on at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Mondays on the East Coast. Those shows may not come on until Thursday on the West Coast. Or if they do come on, they come on a different day and a different time. Or maybe not at all. Everything is not syndicated, right? There are differences around the world. Some countries don't allow certain snacks and food products to be sold in their country, right? So we know it's not by food that everybody got it, right? Can't be, because everybody don't eat the same thing. Some people don't eat sweet. Some people don't. Some people are vegans, vegetarians. They don't eat meat. They don't eat whatever, right? So it's not the food. So we go to our next thing. Okay, we're going to draw us to a logical conclusion. It's the water. It's the water. You know, they put fluoride in the water and blah, blah, blah. All right, I'll give you that. Let's assume that that's the case. Well, everybody doesn't drink tap water. Me specifically, my family, we don't drink tap water. We have specialized water, specialized filtered water delivered to our home. We do not use the tap water. All right, so can't be the tap water, can't be drinking water, because everybody doesn't even buy bottled water. Some people have their own, they catch rainwater and transfer into potable drinking water, or they have wells or what have you. So can't be water. Okay, fine. They gave it to everybody through the immunizations and vaccinations. No, because everybody doesn't do that either. There is millions of people all over the planet that do not take immunizations and vaccinations at all of any kind. And they are healthy and they are fine. So that cannot be the delivery system. Now I'm going to blow the lid off of this thing so we can move on. That only leaves us one other way that every person on the planet can have this and say, oh, everyone's going to get it, or everyone has it already. The only delivery system that makes sense that everyone is affected by, everyone, no matter where you live on the planet, whether you're up in the Appalachian Mountains, or if you down somewhere in the valley, or you over there in the bush, or you live in the rainforest, or you live up there in the outskirts of Alaska or Canada, or you live in the North Pole, or you live down there in Antarctica, there's a one thing that we all got to deal with, and that is called breathing. We all breathe. And guess what we all breathe? The chemtrails. Somebody said, ooh. They have been chemtrailing the planet like crazy. Now, I don't believe in coincidences. But isn't it interesting that there was a movie we were watching? There was something that came on right before the whole coronavirus story broke. And the movie came on. It was a show, movie, whatever. It came on, and it showed these planes flying over, and they were flying pretty low. And they chemtrail everybody, these black chemtrails. And like within the next 72 hours, everyone started getting sick and dying. All right. So that goes back to those who are not familiar with what I'm talking about. All you gotta do is do some research, and you'll find it. I know they tried to scrub a lot of it off the internet and off of YouTube, but if you do a little bit of Googling, I'm sure you'll be able to find something. There is something that I even did on it. I found one of my old videos before they started deleting stuff, and I think it's called the Zombie Apocalypse, but the original name of it was called Chemical. You can't find that anywhere on the internet now. They took it off, but it showed you the history of the United States government, gassing its own people, testing its own people. Uh, just incredible. It's an incredible thing. It's a long documentary, but it's definitely worth watching. Then there was also What in the World Are They Spraying? And Why in the World Are They Spraying? Part 2. Those two documentaries were very, very good. And there was a dozen of videos here on YouTube. Someone did an interview with one of the guys that actually flies the planes, and he took them aboard the plane and showed them the compound and stuff that they were spraying. It was off the chain. We do know that the majority of the chemtrails are white, but we've also seen pink, we've seen black, we've seen brown. Okay, so this is what's up. All right. All right. Someone said that was in California where they dumped a plane of chemicals on the school children. Yeah, yeah. I think that's it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was it. So they've been doing this for a minute. Okay. That's the only way that you can guarantee that everyone on the planet is going to get something, is if you gas them with the chemtrails. When that chemtrail come raining down on you, yeah, everyone's going to get it because everyone has to breathe. It's in the air at that point. You can stay in the house and you'll still get it because you're still breathing, and your house has to have some type of ventilation in it in order for you to breathe, right? So if your house was totally airtight, you wouldn't be able to breathe. No oxygen would get in there. So because of that, everyone, you could definitely make the claim that everyone is going to get it or that everyone has it already. And that's because you've been chemtrailing it and you put it in your mixture and you tore people up with it. That's the only way that would work. And for those of you that do not know, they've had technology like this going back as far as, was it the Vietnam War? I believe they said it was either the 1950s or right at the time of the Vietnam War. And that's one of their bragging points. I saw a documentary, and they were interviewing one of the guys. I think he was a sergeant or something back then, and one of their things that turned the tide for them for a little bit in Vietnam was when they made it rain for like a month straight and never stopped raining, and they explained what they did and how they seeded the clouds and all that other stuff. So yeah, as a matter of fact, too, if you don't know, there is an actual document that pretty much all the G8 and G20 countries signed, agreeing that they would not use weather as a weapon on each other. All right. So that is factual, and you can actually look that up, and there is a treaty for that. Okay. Um, let's see here. What else? Let's see. Okay, this is a fact check. Wayne says wrong on Zala plane that was fuel dumping due to emergency on passenger flight. Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about one of these shows, the movies I saw. They dumped the black stuff on people, and it was turning people into zombies or whatever. Um, but anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of facts on the whole chemtrailing thing. As a matter of fact, right around the time they took Alex Jones off of social media, um, it came out, and I forget the name of the piece. Maybe you guys know it. Remember, they when the government came out and admitted, they finally admitted they've been doing chemtrailing, but they claimed that the reason why they were doing it is because to fight global warming. Y'all remember that? They was like, yeah, we did it because we've been doing this to fight global warming. So that's the because they've been busted now. So now they're like, okay, fine, you caught us. We've been doing this because we just have to fight global warming. All right. And same thing with what was it? It was something else too that they had to admit, and then they twisted it to make it sound good. But anyway, I say all that to say the only way, the best delivery system would be the chemtrailing because that's something that you can't fight because it's in the air. You have to breathe, and that's how they're going to get you. They'll get you that way, and because most people still don't even entertain the idea of doing their due diligence and looking into this, they're just going to be sheeple and pretend like it doesn't exist. They don't want to hear it, and then they're wondering why the cancer rates have been going up precipitously. And no, you cannot say it's because you know people are so lazy and fat. Again, they put all these hormones and stuff in the foods, and that's why you're getting what you're getting. And vegans and vegetarians don't get off either because most of the stuff they're eating is not organic. It's actually GMO. Now, there was some videos that surfaced also here on YouTube where people were actually filming the government FDA approved organic farms. They had the signs up and everything, and they showed a plane flying and dumping chemicals on the vegetation, which is something that's not supposed to happen. That's supposed to be against the law. You can't be FDA approved as an organic thing, and then you're dumping chemicals. All right. So if you think, oh well, I don't have that problem because I'm a vegan or I'm vegetarian, okay, keep thinking that. Why do you think they passed laws a couple years ago saying that they didn't have to disclose, certain ingredients and things like that? Why do you think they did that? They don't want you to know. It just came to light not long ago, as a matter of fact, several years ago, where they were irradiating all the food. So they would get all your fruits and vegetables, and then they would zap it. They were using radiation, the same type of radiation you get in chemotherapy, man. Well, we want to get out all the impurities and kill all the germs. No, when you do that, you're killing the fruit, you're killing the vegetable, you're burning away all of its nutrients. Who would do something like that? So anyway, the only way that everyone can have the coronavirus, or say everyone is going to get the coronavirus, is if you gave it to everyone. Because once again, the coronavirus is less variant than the measles, the mumps, and chickenpox, but yet everybody on the planet did not get the measles, mumps, and chickenpox. So how can you say that everyone has or is going to get the coronavirus? That is B to the S to the nah. Mm-mm. All right. So with all that being said, I do believe that, like I said, we got this 90-day window that they told us about. I think they slipped up when they told us that because I haven't heard them mention that again since. But it's basically a 90-day window. So you're looking at the end of March, which is where we are now, and that's why they say China has turned the corner and they're starting to get back to work again, and they're good to go because they're at their 90-day now, their 90th day. All right. All right. Let's see here. Great show, Dex. What's your thoughts about the Fed Reserve being nationalized last Friday? Well, that's a good one. They've been nationalizing everything. And I mean, that's, I talked about that in my last video. They've nationalized everything. Every industry that they bail out, is being nationalized. That's basically what it is. And now they want the Fed to go in here and start buying up these stocks, which means they're nationalizing those companies too. It's crazy. The Fed is acting like it is such a powerful entity, and I take that back. They're not acting. They really are a powerful entity. Let's not forget what really happened when Ron Paul was running for president and pushing for the audit of the Fed. We were right there. And then all of a sudden, the government, with all its shadowy secret powers and secret organizations, came in. The deep state shadow government came in, and they shut all that down and said there will be no auditing of the Federal Reserve at this time unless you want your country to blow up. And everybody was shook after they said that, and they even caused Ron to drop out of the presidential race. He had so much momentum, he would have been president, not Donald Trump. Ron Paul would have been president. But they scared that poor man to death so much that he was like, I ain't never running again. I'm getting out of politics. All right. So that's what happened. The Federal Reserve is powerful. They control everything. All right. They control everything. And because of that, they will never be audited. You will not see an audit of Fort Knox. You will not see an audit of the Federal Reserve. They get to remain, autonomous and all powerful and above the law. They get to do whatever they want when they want, and it seems that's how the powers that be want it to. They want it like that, and that's never going to change. So that's what you call corruption. That's why I said you're looking at a country in decline on the world stage. Europe is about to become that one superpower. The European Union is about to be the one superpower, and people are going to see it. Right now, they don't believe it, but they're going to see it. Why do you think the euro is still higher value than the U.S. dollar, even since the coronavirus has come out? The U.S. dollar is struggling to remain above par. The euro has been above par since right after its inception. It started at 88, and currently it's now trading at 110, and it has never gone below par since then. It has not gone below par. It has been at par, above par. I mean, not at par, but above par. Even at its worst, it's been above par. You can't say the same for the U.S. dollar. The U.S. dollar finally hit above par, and it hasn't done this in decades. And now it's back down again, but it's still flirting with it. I don't know if it'll hold it or not. I did tell you guys that it was going to par, and that's exactly what it did. Where it goes from here, I haven't the slightest clue as of yet. But my first prophetic utterance regarding the dollar was correct. So where it goes next, I don't know. If I can gather and glean some stuff from the algos, I'll let y'all know. All right, but one thing I can let you know is where we're looking, what kind of action we're looking at for this week. So we started the day off interesting. Bitcoin started off with a bullish bias, and then it just lost it. So we start off the day and the week with a bullish bias in the Bitcoin. It still could rally tonight into tomorrow. We'll just have to watch it. But it did start off with a bullish bias. But it did not hit intraday price inflection point. All right, gold futures started off the week with a bullish bias. Silver starts off this week with a bullish bias, believe it or not. The Dow does not. We have a primary crash alert for the Dow, and that was from Sunday night into today. Now, these signals can lead the market, 3 to 5 days out. So we'll watch it. If we don't get any more alerts, then I'm going to hang tight with this one and say that the reversal could be coming swiftly. And tomorrow is turnaround Tuesday, which can be quite frightening. All right, let's see here. Next one, we got E-mini S&P 500, primary crash alert. Gold futures has a bullish bias for Sunday night into today. Nat gas has a bearish bias. The NASDAQ 100 has a primary crash alert as well. And we need to do a few things from the intraday perspective. Now, I'm going to tell you this, and this is weird. Let me see. We are in the June contract, but I'm looking at some stuff here. And it's weird because it's showing that, I see what happened. All right, so the NASDAQ gapped way down on the close and then broke out. So that's what happened. So it gapped and then it broke out. Interesting. And filled the gap. So we could run tomorrow. We'll see. But we start the week off with a primary crash alert. Primary crash alert technically did happen in all three stock indexes, Dow, S&P, NASDAQ. I'm sorry, 4, and the Russell. Russell also has a primary crash alert for Sunday night into Monday. All of these markets triggered on their crash alerts. They fell through the floor, they gapped down in the open, then quickly reversed and have now filled the gap. So we'll see if the market can hold on to these gains, or are we going to see incredible sell-off? So that's what we're watching for the week. Those are the alerts for this week. Okay, let's see here. Word on the street is that the Fed is going to issue a digital dollar also. If true, what will that mean? Okay, yeah. Now, again, I was told I didn't know what I was talking about when I did my documentary, the Fed versus the blockchain. And I told him and warned everyone back in 2016 that this day was going to come. That was my follow-up documentary to There Is No Collapse. I went into it first in that documentary and followed up part 2 with the Fed versus the Bitcoin. In both of those documentaries, I map out and explain how all of this was going to work. At the time, I was told I knew what I was talking about, that because, the Federal Reserve, all the central banks, all the Fortune 500 companies, all the big players, even hedge funds, was like, cryptocurrency is not a currency, it's not money, it's not an asset, and it's not money. And then now all of a sudden, here they are getting ready to roll out their own digital thing. So I explained it to you. It's not a stable coin. And technically speaking, there's no such thing as a stable coin, because that stable coin is based off of the fiat underlying currency anyway. So what happens with the fiat is what's going to happen with the stable coin. Stable coin is sort of misleading title. They should just call it what it is, the US dollar. And now they're going to. The US, the Fed is like, well, since you didn't call your stable coin the US dollar, that's what we're going to do. And they're going to base it off of the way stable coin moves. That's how they're going to do it. The stable coin is your new US dollar. Yep. All getting ready for the new world order, for the new system. The new system is going to be so horrific and so horrendous. People have no idea how bad it is going to be. And the flip side of this, which is so funny, is that people are going to be begging for this stuff. And they're going to say it's the best thing since sliced bread. They want it bad. And they're going to get it. So it's not a good thing, my man. And that's the thing about it. It's funny how they have been so successful in getting people fed up with the current system that we have. The current system we have is not perfect, but no system will be. It's perfect for us. It is as good as it gets for us. Even with all of its imperfections, the way things are now is better. But people don't understand that once we leave this current paradigm and go into the new one, there's no going back. And trust when I say this, you are not going to like it. I'm telling you guys now. They have finally figured out how to control people. and how to fight wars without dropping bombs. They don't need to even shoot a bullet to fight a war and win it. The real war is the war for your mind. And they have successfully won that battle. Everyone has been programmed and mind controlled to the point where you even respond to quote unquote trigger words. They even use it in everyday conversational language now. So and so got triggered today when they were talking about slingshots. So and so got triggered today. Trigger, trigger, trigger. You keep saying, hearing the word trigger, 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 because everyone has been brainwashed. Okay. So it's already a done deal. It's too late to turn back. It's already done. Remember, also, I told everyone too, and during those documentary times, I said it's going to go off without a hitch and without any resistance. Because, and it was like, no, you don't understand. No, the American people are going to fight. We're going to stand up and we're going to fight this. And you don't understand how powerful, man. We are patriots. The patriots are going to do this. The patriots ain't going to do nothing. The patriots ain't done nothing. And the patriots will not do anything because marching is ineffective. All right. I'm just saying. I've already said my piece. I told you what's going to happen. I told you what's going to happen. All right. Cryptos are going to explode, but not all the cryptos. At the end of the day, when the dust settles, there will only be about 10 cryptos, 10 main cryptos. You may get a little bit more, but for the most part, you're going to have like 5 to 10. The ones that are gonna be left when the dust settles is definitely Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Those aren't going anywhere at all. And I think your Dash and your EOS is in that group too. They're not going anywhere. Oh, and Ripple. Yep, Ripple. Those are going to be your starting 5, basically. They aren't going nowhere. Who else gets to survive will be up to them, but right now, that's what they got. They got your Litecoin, they got your Ethereum, they got your EOS, you got your Dash, and they got your Ripple. Those are your starting 5 altcoins. Bitcoin is in its own category. So if you add Bitcoin, that's 6. All right. Well, guess what? When it comes to Forex, you also got your starting 5. And when you add the euro, that gives you your 6. They're called the major pairs. In Forex, you call it major pairs. All right. Major pairs. And that's your euro, that's your yen, your British pound, your Canadian dollar, and your Aussie dollar. And then some people like to put in there the New Zealand or the Swiss franc. Swiss franc really don't get that much play no more. So it's really they've grafted into the New Zealand dollar. So again, you got your starting 5, man. People don't like to hear that, but it is what it is. You know, I've been saying it all along. I don't know about the link. I have been tracking the link, building out a database. Not ready to roll that one out yet, but when I do, I will be rolling the link out. There's another one though that I probably will not be able to roll out. It's another one that everyone's been asking me about, and it's not moving. It's been the same price like every day for like the last 3 months. So you know, it's the same thing. It's not moving. So I don't know what the deal is with that one. But the link does look interesting. Link does look interesting. I get price data on that every day. The price does move. A lot of these coins, these whack coins that don't have no price data, or the data's the same like every day, those aren't going to make it. All right. In order for something to be viable, it has to be volatile. It has to have some type of volatility to it. All right. If it doesn't have volatility, then it's not going to make it. Anything that doesn't move gets kicked to the curb, folks. And it's that way for everything. I don't care if you're talking about a stock. I don't care if you're talking about a commodity futures contract. If it don't move, it ain't going to work. And that's just real talk. XLM, I don't know. That might make it. XLM may make it. It might. I mean, you can. The backups that I have. I mean, your link could be a player, but as far as like most widely traded, I know BCH, ADA, BNB, BTG, Dash, Dogecoin, EOS, Neo, Quantum, VET, Waves, XEM, XMR, XRP, ZEC, ZRX. Those are like very widely held, so those will probably remain. SHA though, that one that has gone the way of some of those other coins. It's the same price every day. It's like no price because you know you have to do it in Bitcoin, and it's just it looks SHA looks worthless right now, but Link looks like it could have something going on with it. All right, so Theta, I don't know about that. I don't know if Samsung has. Someone said, has Samsung been looking at Theta? I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know too much about that. So anyway, all right. Time to bounce. I will do my due diligence and get some a nice grocery list together, and I will post it in the trading room. All right. So don't forget to smash that like button for me, and share the video with someone. You never know who it may like, help or encourage. And I will see you guys in the trading room. If you have not already opened up a free account at PulseWaveTrading.com, now is the time to do it. You'll have access to the free trade of the week and some other goodies that we give you. We let you see how we do stuff and how we trade. And I'm telling you, folks, I don't know how many times I can say this, how many more times. So I'm just gonna put it out here again. I'm hoping someone's gonna listen to me. All right, because this is gonna help you. It's not gonna help me. It's gonna help you. On the other side of this coronavirus thing is gonna be so much upheaval. And I'm not trying to scare nobody, but some of you who think you're comfortable now because you still got your job, you about to lose that job. You're about the layoffs that have been coming are absolutely mind-boggling. We had 3.3 million people file for unemployment last week, not last month, not over the last quarter, last week. They're expecting a 30% unemployment rate, you guys. This is the time to build that income stream to replace the job that you're about to lose. Don't wait until you lost your job and then come to me and say, Dex, can you help me out? I got $50. Do you think I can turn this into $5,000 and make $5,000 a month? I'm going to tell you no. I'm sorry, I can't help you. All right? I'm not Jesus. I don't walk on water. I'm not a miracle worker. I can help you and put you in a position where you can do that, but not if you don't have any money. I'm sorry. While you have money now, you need to get down with the program and learn how to trade because there ain't gonna be no jobs. And if you're like, well, you know what, I'll be able to live off the universal basic income. No, you won't. Say that to those people who depend on their Social Security checks. Ask them if they're okay, if that's the only source of income they got. Ask them how they doing. See what I'm saying? So don't wait till it's too late, people. Please don't. I cannot tell you how many people come to me on a regular, talking about, yeah, man, I need some help. I'm up in here now. I'm trying to learn how to do this. Yeah, but you came to me after you got smoked in the market, trading those other whack programs. Don't come to me when it's too late. I can't help you. I cannot help you if you come to me too late. Don't come to me when you lost all your money in the market. Come to me now so you can learn how to do this the right way right now. All right? So come on here. All right? I love you guys. I wouldn't be trying to help you if I didn't care about you. There's few people struggling out there when this stuff really starts to get difficult. The better it will be. I wish everybody in America could come over here and learn how to do this seriously, because I don't want to see people struggling. See, right now, people think they got it good because the court is closed, so you can't be evicted from your home. What do you think is going to happen when the courts reopen? What do you think is going to happen? You think they're going to spare people? No, because once the executive order is gone, all the gloves come off. People are going to be getting laid off, losing their jobs, losing all types of stuff. I'm trying to help y'all now before that happens. Get into the swing of things. Wouldn't it be great that if by the time you do lose your job, you're already in the swing of things with trading and you're making a good amount of income where you can take care of yourself? Wouldn't that be incredible? So come to me while you can. All right, because later I won't be able to do nothing for you. I won't be able to help you. All right, it takes money to make money. All right, and right now you got it good. You can start with as little as $500, and you can start doing this thing. But even with 250, you can do micro Forex and you can do some crypto. But if you don't have no money, I can't. I don't know what to tell you. All right, anyway, please be encouraged. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. I'll see you guys in the trading room, and the rest I'll see you this evening with the end of day report. And I'm out. Peace.